My house was holding me back because it had an old vibration. That house was made to come into my life at a time of healing. There were moments of crying on the floor. There were moments of celebration watching my baby grow. And those times have become complete. It's time for me to rise up into a new life, into a new home, into a new way of being in the world. And you are too. Believe it or not, my house was holding me back. And this was a very painful reality for me because this was a place that healed me. This was a place that held me in my darkest, hardest moments. And I know that you have that too. You have people and places that are a part of your past, that are holding you back, that you're afraid to let go of. And I totally get it. It's a sacred passageway into a new life, into a new beginning that we feel unready for in many moments. But I believe and I know that there's something so much bigger for you on the other side. It's ready and waiting, but in order for you to get there, you need to learn how to release and let go. The story of this house has to do with an old life. I bought this house with my ex. There was a whole vision and dream around it that never happened. And over the past 3 years, I have been back and forth trying to figure out what the right move was. I know I was ready to move on from that relationship, long gone, moved on, but the house was still a piece of me that I couldn't let go of. It was in this perfect part of town, close to my daughter's school, that made sense. It was an income property. It helped me out in more ways than one. It seemed perfect, but life was asking me to move on. But I don't know what I was moving on to. I wasn't sure what was in front of me yet. So it takes bravery. It takes trust to let go of an old life and an old dream to build a new one. And it's okay if you don't know how it's all going to work out or you don't have all the pieces yet. You have to trust that knowing deep within you that says there's something more. Lean in, release it so that you can receive the abundance, the gifts, the new life that's waiting. It's so important to not be fearful of letting go because there's so much waiting for you on the other side and you know it. But it's frustrating when you hear that and you don't feel it. So that's why tapping is such a precious and powerful tool because it honors that process. It understands that it takes time to say goodbye. It takes time to feel and to heal, and it won't rush you. You can do it when you're ready. So you need to release. You need to release the old life. You need to release the people. You need to release the house and the past so that you can boldly and bravely step into your future, so that you can receive the amazing new opportunities that are waiting for you, the people that are ready to love you, and the home that is ready to welcome you to build something new. The new levels of success I experienced by releasing my house included 3 things. Number 1, going after my first $1 million in my business. I know that I had to release that house and that life in order to step in and create this new one. The second thing is $1 million home, which is absolutely crazy to me because if you were to tell me a year ago, I'm going to go from living in this humble little 2-bedroom home in a small little town to $1 million mansion on the lake, I would have thought you were crazy. The third thing is new love, new people, new experiences that are constantly flowing into my life. And some might say that this is a coincidence, but I know this to be true over and over and over again in my life. Release to receive. It's the philosophy I live by. Every time I'm brave enough to let go of an old life, to let go of the past, I am creating a way for a new life to begin. And so are you. So what is it that you need to release in order to receive? This is exactly why I created the Release to Receive tapping community. It's a community filled with people just like you and I who have big dreams and goals and visions, but you know the only thing standing in your way is you. But how do you do it? How do you overcome? How do you overcome the past? How do you overcome your fears? How do you overcome these stories? You start by tapping every day with me at 9 a.m. You start by looking at yourself in a very real and authentic way. Tapping is such a safe and empowering tool because it doesn't take you where you're not ready to go. So give yourself the space to acknowledge the sadness, to acknowledge the ending, to cry and to feel and have gratitude for who you once were. You're not that person anymore, and that's okay. Say thank you to your past. Say thank you to your past self for being brave enough to go through all those hard moments. And come with me. Let's step boldly into our futures together. Join the Release to Receive community. I will walk with you every step of the way, and let's create an amazing life together.